Hey guys, this is Noob on Daytona. This is my first track day, and I was a little disappointed with myself. And I'm going to talk about why I felt that way. Okay, so this is my first run. That's the instructor. Um, I didn't know he wanted me to follow him much closer at this point. I thought he was just not letting me go faster than him. To control the speed. Not that I could go faster than him, but anyways, trying to keep up with him. Um, Also, at this point, I didn't know that he wanted me to follow his tire tracks either. I was just picking whatever line I wanted to. Not that I wanted to, but whatever line I ended up on. He's looking back to make sure everybody's okay behind him. This is a tough corner for me. I always get lost. I never know where my reference points are. Um, yeah, sorry about the bad taping job. They kind of look like Mickey Mouse ears. This is an interesting straight. It's curved. It's off camber a little bit. Um, so you really have to kind of, at faster speed, have to lean in to the right to keep going on this one. But getting ready for the next curve here. Um, like I said, this is the first session, so he is taking it very easy so that we get an idea of what the track is like. And just following him around. Kind of nervous at this time. Yeah, not wanting to crash. And so it's now my turn to move over. Let the guy behind me be be behind the instructor. All right, so this is my second time around. The tape on my right-hand mirror is coming off. um, we had a little conversation before this. He wanted me to follow him closer, so I'm trying. Although he knows this track like the back of his hand, and I'm just so bad with directions. I have a hard time with it. So I'm trying to work on my braking. I suck at it. Suck at everything. So apparently I can't brake really hard and downshift. So here he's pointing at where he's turning in. So I'm trying. This was, I think, my better timeout with him. Missed that one by a mile. So better in terms of, at least I was close to where he wanted me to be, I think. In terms of, there it is. I'm kind of there, I think, by the time I get around that corner. And I think this is the one where he gave me a little thumbs up too, so that made me happy. That's the only thumbs up I got. um, yeah, I am really bad with directions, and the track is so wide. I had a hard time picking reference points. Like I was too focused on, oh, where am I going? What's in front of me? And not necessarily what's around me. And oh, here's a marker, and here's a marker. But I'm signed up to do 2 more of these this year in July, so I'm hoping I'll do better at that time. Um, I only had two times that I really freaked myself out. I think both time. The first one was on a left-hand corner. My front tire slipped a little bit, and this is my third, and it started sprinkling. Sorry, I'll come back to the slipping tire. Started sprinkling, really freaked me out. So I was just gonna be like, I'm gonna take it easy because I don't have enough self-confidence to push however much I can push when I think it's like slippery and wet. But yeah, these guys are so good, so good. Later on, when they let us ride freely on the track a little bit, somewhat freely, restricted passing and stuff. Not that I was passing very many people. They would just blow right by us. Yeah, they're fast. But yeah, this corner, I just on my own. Like when he's here, I'm not following him exactly, but I'm close. When I was out there by myself, I had no idea. I was like, I feel like I'm in the middle of an ocean and I have 0 points of reference. So that was just made me very unhappy. And I can't brake and downshift at the same time and rev match. Um, so in this corner, when they let us out on our own, I went from fourth to second, and when I let the clutch out, my rear tire kind of locked it out a little bit, like it squirmed quite a bit, and it freaked me out. Um, and I it also happened on this straight. That's on the end of this straight. When I was on my own, um, I think I was going at like 130 or so miles an hour, and so 100. So not right now. This is when I was on my own, and then it's brake, downshift, let out the clutch. Oh, and then the rear tire squirmed because I wasn't in the right. The revs weren't matching, and so yeah. So that's one thing I found out, or I learned, was I need to work on learning how to downshift while hard on the brakes. The brake, and then maintain the brake pressure so that I'm not affecting the brake. What am I trying to say? Like moving the brake lever around too much when I'm trying to downshift and blip the throttle at the same time. So that's my homework. That's the one thing I will need to work on. I'm going to work on before my next track day, and hopefully I will get a decent hold of it. And then, because then I can come into the corner, brake, downshift, be in the right gear, right RPM, and then I can pick my line, and then work on getting faster to the corners. But if I can't get into the corner, and I'm having all these problems, and then my line's all messed up, then I can't go faster on the corner with bad lines. So that was my takeaway. I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping I would do slightly better, but I did not.